and Facebook. Good to see you all. Welcome back. Let me tell you something. The green rush is here. Oh my God, the pot stocks are just on fire. Did I not tell you the pot stocks were going to be hot? Listen, I love when we get a new administration comes in, because it really just totally changes the perspective of certain stocks are going to be good shorts, some stocks are going to be longs, but the pot stocks have just been on fire. Oh my God, let me bring it back up here. TLRY. Why am I not in the right room? Oh, there we go. Why is this thing blocking me out right now? Hold on. What is happening here? There we go. So the TLRY, let me just bring up that one. But listen, you want to be a good swing trader. Hell, some of you, like when I do my open houses on Thursday, you want to basically be a good options trader, because I see so many people. Half the people that come to Cyber Trading University are trading options. Let me tell you something. How in the hell could you be a good options trader if you don't even know what the stock is doing? How do you know what's the option to trade if you don't know what's moving in the stock market? You have to, and I will repeat this 1,000 times, and every option trader agrees with me. You have to you have to know what's going on with the stock to know what option to trade. Okay, so there's some great option calls on these stocks. You could have killed it, but how would you know to get into the option play if you even know how to basically what the stock is doing? Now, my swing trades are doing unbelievable on these stocks. Listen, we've done great with all the Bitcoins, okay? Where did you hear that? Here. We're talking about that 3-4 weeks ago. Shoot, Josh has been in his Bitcoins for almost a year now. Now, all of a sudden, it just kind of took off. And we all know why Bitcoin took off, because of the inflation, because, there's only X amount. It's not like, stimulus package. Oh, we'll just print more Bitcoin. It doesn't work that way. We saw what happened with, when a company comes out and they do a secondary offering. It's the same exact stuff. But the pot stocks, I'm going to start calling it the new word that I'm going to do here at Cyber Trading University. I'm going to end something with the rush. If it's the coin rush, we all know the gold rush. So I'm going to change the word from gold rush to the green rush, which means the pot rush. We had the coin rush. The coin rush is still there. We're still going to keep an eye on it. But right now, the pot stocks have just done incredible. And not only as a swing trade, and I only got into it a swing trade because of the day trade. No government manipulation in Bitcoin. Well, Michael, listen, I don't know that yet because, Mike, what happens? Let's just say what happens. Okay, Biden and Congress, because now they all know forms of government, say, you know what? You're not allowed to trade Bitcoin in the United States. What do you think is going to happen? Okay, I know what's going to happen because it happened back in 2000 when they changed the day trading rule, right? They just go trade a different market and they'll trade out of the state and they lose all that money. But you never know. Don't ever say you never know. How do you pay taxes if you're using Bitcoin? You don't. Listen, do you ever do a barter? That's what the problem that people don't realize. That's why Bitcoin is getting so much traction. You can never convert into cash. I mean, somebody might give you cash for it, but it's like buying into a barter system. All right. So, it has a value, and that's what it is. That's why they will regulate it. You know what? Nothing shocks me anymore. Nothing shocks me anymore. And what did I tell you guys about what is the big short? Okay. Listen, after what Amazon did to Parler, that is really scary. Like they could just shut down a company. That's like communist stuff. Okay. So, and by the way, you don't see them moving. You don't see like a TWTR. Let me just bring a Twitter. Look at those charts. Everything else is moving other than any of the tech stocks. They're not moving. That is not a very good sign. Facebook. I talked about this yesterday, right? What did Facebook do yesterday, right? Look at it. It's going down every day. So, you know what? I don't care if you're a big fan. I mean, my wife's a big fan of Facebook, whatever, but, and Snapchat, whatever it is. But at the end of the day, who knows? Regulation might be coming our way, could crush these stocks. But for me, I would rather buy, what's moving now, the pot stocks, the currency, the cryptocurrency stocks, than trying to deal with tech stocks right now. All right. But anyway, listen, you heard it here first. And how I know, I'm not an analyst. I'm just a day trader. But what the hell I know, right? I'm just a typical day trader. Anyway, let's talk about some of the stocks that we traded yesterday, because I just love basically just talking about what's moving, what's not moving. It's just so much fun. And you know what's even more fun? I love to see you guys just actually getting a piece of the action, because I think now some of you starting to realize, and this is what took me a little while to kind of get radicalized in the trading business. You get radicalized, you realize it doesn't matter what I think. It's like, because I got to think what's in my pocket, what I need to make my days pay, to support my family, to keep me safe, to put food on the table, and to enjoy life, not what's going on in the world, because it doesn't matter. At the end of the day, if I worry about what's going on, I wouldn't be here today, and I would have blew up my account 10 times over. So anyway, there are a couple of stocks I do want to keep an eye on. Hold on, I'm just looking over here really quick on my watch list. Okay, so everybody here in the Cyber Group room, you can see up on top with the new chat room feature we have, you see all the alerts up on top. So basically you can backtrack, and you can look at, if you're on YouTube, Facebook Live, you could also go back to our YouTube channel. You can see some of them, but there's a couple of stocks I do want to talk about that we did trade yesterday. It did well. I want to start off with Bingo. Okay. So everyone did really, really well with Bingo yesterday. And let me just bring this up. So Bingo went from $5 to $8. It was a really nice move. Had a nice little spread. You could see it had some decent tier sizes, not a lot of algorithms in it, but stock already traded 5 million shares. Actually, you know what? I take that back. There was some algorithm going on in that one. LX, was it LX? RX was another one. So that one, beautiful stock, went up, unbelievable. Look at that long-term chart. Look at that day chart. This thing literally went from $4 all the way to $9. Okay, another huge winner. Pharmaceutical stock, whatever came out, was great. I don't know what happened though, but at the close, it's finally made a big push just out of nowhere. But we made a lot of money on LXRX in the cyber trading room. That one did pretty well too. BBBY, Bed Bath and Beyond. Who thought that, after seeing everyone say, oh, all these brick and mortars going out of business, Bed Bath & Beyond did pretty decent yesterday. Not as cheap and not as easy to trade as the other ones, but some of you guys did jump into that one. And then obviously all the pot stocks, ABC. I mean, look at this thing. Unbelievable. CRON, Crohn's. Look at it. Look at the long-term chart. Look at the long-term chart. And you go. And by the way, when we do classes start next week. I know Josh is going to be talking a little bit about it. And when you phase 3 meet, I'm going to show you something that always remember one thing. The worst traders buy at the bottom and sell at top. What? Yeah. You know what's a good trader? A good trader, buys below the bottom and sells below the top. Because what happens is for you to buy at the bottom, that means you got lucky. And you to sell at the top, you got lucky. That's not how you trade, okay? Traders like looking at CRON. If you got CRON at $7, you got lucky, okay? And if the stock starts going down here at 11.80 and you got out and now it ends up at 10, you got lucky. No, good traders would have bought it at 8 and they'll get out at like 10 if that was the case on a stock like this. That's a good trader. And by the way, we're going to talk a lot about that in class because some people don't realize it. You need to know how to ride the wave and how to get out of the wave. Okay. So another big stock also we did pretty well too. I just want to bring up BJ's. That was a good run yesterday. The only thing I didn't like about BJ's trading yesterday, the volume was kind of light. It doesn't trade too much volume. And it was like a little slow. But if you look over here right in the afternoon, she was actually pretty cool. She just literally, when she broke this high right around here, around that $39.50, she just literally ran up to $40. It was a really nice 50-cent move. And then she started going up nice and slow. She had a little bit of shakes. She was moving like 5-10 shakes. and then she basically went up. But that was also a pretty decent, comfortable show. That was the one I was going into the afternoon actually with, that I was in. I was just like, one thing I hate about trading in the afternoon, and some of you know what I'm talking about. The morning is like a big rush, right? It comes out of the gate strong, and then things start slowing down, but you still got that trend. The afternoon's like it's slow, and it starts picking up. And it's like, do I hold it? Do I hold it? Well, and I forgot. How did I even forget this one? DDD was also awesome yesterday, right? Forgot about mentioning that one. Yep. Thanks for reminding me. Let me see. Fix this over here. So yeah, DDD was also just unbelievable yesterday. You could see that one out of nowhere. It just ran from like 28 over to 32. Now I'll just let you guys know. I held to stock overnight, and I didn't because I was watching it in the after hours. I actually sold it after hours. I got out around like 5 o'clock. It wasn't going anywhere, and it says, you know what? I end up taking like a little loss on it. I held it right the last minute. I'm like, you know what? Good thing I got out of it, because that would have been a pretty big loss right now. So there's another way. Remember, you need to learn how to trade pre-market. You need to know how to trade aftermarket. 3D printing keeps getting better and better. Yeah, and you know what? I know it had a nice little rally, but Bonnie, when you talk about 3D systems, yeah, I mean that stock has done really, really well. I really look forward with the end game on 3D. Printing is, but yeah, that stock is obviously have been performing unbelievable. $12 to 32. Awesome. All right. So anyway, let's go through the watch list. Now, there are a couple of stocks here I want to keep an eye on. Now, remember, today is Friday, so let's be a little careful. I know we have a lot of earnings coming out. I know Wells Fargo came out with earnings. They obviously didn't do too well on their earnings. I didn't know they were the largest donor in mortgage broker out there. But yeah, they were down at like $1 right now. It was WFT, I think. What was Wells Fargo? I think I just took it off my watch list. That was a good swing trade, short-term trade. JPM came out with earnings too. Yeah, I mean, you could see it now. They're actually not doing too well, the banks. I know they all started coming out now. So they had a great run. You could see it, but they're not really doing too well. Anyway, the big winner, the big winner this morning, okay, and everyone was telling me, thanking me for it in the side group room, was the AVGR, okay? AVGR was the big mover at 8:30. We have two big moves, one at 8 a.m. and one at 8:30. So at 8:30, the news came out, whatever it was, stock pop. I got in right around 32. I called it out after seeing it come on my radar. I think you guys could see it on the watch list. What time was that when I called it out? Just going back. 8:15. No, I called it right about. Yeah, right here. Let me just share this in the room because a lot of people here don't know what I'm looking at. So I'm basically just sharing it. That's not really a good thing. That didn't look too well. I'm broadcasting it twice, but at 8:34, it came up on my radar. You guys can see it in the chat room right there. You could see if you scroll up on that chat, you could see it. But right around there, if everybody jumped in right around there right when I called it out, had a nice pop. If you were a little late, you could have got it at $1.40, doing pretty well right now. I think it's still strong. I like how it's trending. I want to keep a close eye on it, but it is a penny stock, guys. Remember my old thoughts about penny stocks. We know about the pot stocks, TLRY, ACB. I'm gonna have to put them in there again. Another stock that's on the category 1 is BOXL. That one also moving up pretty decent, not great. And I'm gonna jump on the B list. Now, the B list, we know how to trade on the B list, but let's just look at them. There's this DBVT that's moving this morning. She's up about 48%, but she's kind of flatlined. She hasn't gone anywhere. It's not an algo stock because I'm not seeing big iceberg orders out there like in every single penny, but there is a couple of big orders out there. You could see right there, you got a couple of 15,000 share sellers, 10,000 share. You got some big sellers right around this 550 to 560, and it looks like that's what's kind of holding it up. So we're going to need to wait and see how that opens up when the market trends. Another one that made the B list, nice trend. It's okay. It's up about 40%, 7.9 million shares. Here's an algo stock. You can see it's trading at 340 and it's having a tough time getting 360, but it's making a higher low. So you got to be very cautious of that, which is not a good sign. APHA, another one that's up pretty nicely. It's not up huge. It's up only about, 13%, but it's been a great swing trade. If you guys saw it around 8.50, you're doing pretty damn well right now. It's up to $14. That is a day trade that becomes a swing trade. So I didn't get that stock, but it did come up on my radar as a day trading. I did have it on my watch list, though. Listen, you know what? You can't buy them all. You can't buy them all. Always keep in mind that. Another one that also it's up huge. I think it's up too much. It's up by 90%, but now you can see now it's going to start testing, that 810 low right there. And then it was actually, that's that 8 o'clock move right here that you're seeing right here. So let's see if it breaks that. If it breaks it, then it's probably pretty much done. But what else we got? SENS that came up on my radar. That one also up 52%. Look at that, 40 cents, 80 cents, $1.20, $1.80. I mean, this thing had a great after hours trading. It's up pretty big. And then what the hell is going on with BlackBerry? I mean, does anybody know what's going on BlackBerry? BlackBerry's just been an atom. Is everyone going to be, everybody's going to buy BlackBerries and get away from Apples now? So who knows? Who knows? You never know. But I don't know what the news on BlackBerry is, but it's obviously, it just took off 2 days ago. I don't know. I'm just using it as a theory. Did Apple tick off a lot of people? What happened with Pollard, and taking them off? Says, I'm done with Apple. I'm going to buy BlackBerries now. That could happen. That could happen. You know what I mean? So maybe, I don't know, but that's basically what it looks like. BlackBerry autonomous vehicle technology now. I heard about that, and that's what happened when it went from 6 to 9.50. But it kind of backed off right now, Wayne. I'll see what happens when the market opens up. I want to check the news on again. But it's just kind of coincidental. It happened in one day. You know what I mean? That day right there. So you got to look at it that as an opportunity. Okay. Simon says alpha channel climbing. Use that in an indication. 8PHA. Okay. Is that the news on it, Simon? All right, no problem. Can you please take a look? Like I said, it was on my watch list. The only thing it's on my B list. It's not on my A list. That's the only thing I would look at it. All right, guys. So let's get ready for the open. Sorry, I went a little bit over this morning. Got about 10 minutes for the market opens up. Remember, it is Friday. Market is closed on Monday for Martin Luther King Day. So we're still open here at CTU. So I know some of you got some coachings going on and stuff like that. But the market is closed. So with that said, I don't expect it to be a very busy day today because a lot of people don't like, to go to hold stocks over the weekend, especially a big 3-day weekend. A lot of people going away on vacation, which I don't. Hopefully that's not really the case because of COVID. But that's the problem that they're having with COVID right now. It's always going to be something. If it's not Christmas, if it's not New Year's Eve, if it's not Martin Luther King Day, if it's not the Super Bowl parties that are coming up, believe me. So just be smart, everybody, and just be safe. But once again, like I always say, there's no safer place than here being in the trading room at Cyber Trading University. See you back here at 2:30 for the afternoon meeting. Good luck, everyone. Happy trading. And like I said, be safe.